This is the official prediction. Everything else you can toss out.
It's gone.
This is it. Right now, through 5 games, EB has the Commanders off to a 4-1 start, which would be awesome.
I know everybody wants to say, "Oh, EB is just a homer." Blah, blah, blah. Okay, but that's not why I'm picking. I literally think we're not playing that great of teams. The only one that I feel a little bit uncomfortable about is the opener against Tampa, to be honest with you. But I don't feel bad picking us to beat the Giants at home. I don't feel bad about picking us to beat the Cardinals or the Browns. I mean, you call me a homer, fine, but whatever.
All right, let's go with our picks for at Baltimore.
Is anybody going to pick them to upset Baltimore on the road?
I am not.
The Ravens should be heavy favorites. They deserve it.
All right, so that's a quick one. Let's move to I believe this is the Darryl Green retirement of the Jersey game.
Ooh, it's a big one.
Home to Carolina, Week 7.
They better get a dub here. I'll give them a win.
That has to be a win.
Winner.
I don't think pregame stuff affects games, but they're the Panthers. Again,
this schedule is loaded with them.
Dude, it's not just me saying it. We have one of the weakest schedules. We went through it. Unpredictable has us as the 7th toughest or 7th weakest schedule.
That's correct.
All right, Week 8,
I think that the Panthers will be better than last year.
They should be better. They can't be worse.
I mean,
it's impossible
not
that
too
Bryce
difficult,
Young is
right?
worse this year than he was last
But
year.
I just don't see them winning this game.
All right,
By
so
the
we
way,
have
it
them
goes without
sweeping the
saying,
Panthers.
but it goes without saying we can lose any of these games.
Of
I've said
course.
it's happened a million times. But I'll pick us against Carolina in this circumstance 100 times out of 100.
I'm guessing you may have the same mantra for the next opponent. The matchup of the number 1 and number 2 overall picks. Caleb Williams comes to Northwest Stadium Week 8. They take on the Bears.
Didn't the Bears smash them last year?
Of course.
Yes, they did.
With Justin Fields?
Fields look like
I think
a
they'll
Hall
do
of
it
Famer.
again.
I have the Commanders beating the Bears to improve to 5-3.
I don't know why. I just have them winning. I don't know why.
You're not
Can you
sure?
imagine if Daniels and Caleb are having really good rookie years and they're facing each other? This is a home game, correct?
Does that have? Yeah, it's home game.
They have so many weapons.
They do have a lot of weapons. But can you imagine the hype
Does this have
around the league?
game of the week potential for Week 8? I'll have to peruse the whole sked.
EB, you got them beating the Bears?
No, I'm going to just go against my nature because typically in a vacuum, I would pick us against the Bears. But I also have to be realistic and say I can't see them being like 6-1 or whatever the hell I've got them at. So we'll probably lose the game we shouldn't against a horrible franchise like the Bears.
So you have them drop to 5-3.
Yeah.
I've got
Same
them,
record that Cakes has.
I've got them 4-4.
That's a game that I want. I'm desperate to pick us because they're the Bears, and I have very little regard for that franchise.
The Bears. All right. I've got them 4-4 after this win.
All right, Week 9, they travel to MetLife to take on the Giants. Just because of so many bad memories of being at MetLife and playing in the Meadowlands, I haven't taken an L in Week 9.
I think Daniel Jones is either hurt or benched by this game. Who's their backup?
Drew Lock.
Yeah, Drew Lock's playing in this game.
Okay, that could very
I've
well
got-
What about the
I've gotta
spaghetti
watch.
guy? Are they keeping all 3 of them?
DeVito still on the roster?
Is he still on the roster? Or
I
is
think
he on the
still-
practice
I think
squad?
he might have made the roster. I'll have to double check that.
Yeah.
I've got Washington winning. This is 3 straight wins.
Ooh. I'll give them a win.
Do you have them losing? So you got them sweeping the Giants just like I do.
I do.
They never sweep the
I
Giants.
don't love
I
that.
know. That's why I picked them and take an L
Yeah,
here.
that's probably a bad pick, but you know what? I don't like the Giants.
I think I have to. I don't love it. I'm used to losing in New York. But I don't have any regard for them. I don't think they're that good. That's a tough one. The thing is, I gotta give me a dub. Give me a dub.
Dub for the Commanders. All right, Week 10, you're back at Northwest Stadium. Commanders host the Pittsburgh Steelers. Much like you have no regard for half the teams in the NFL, I think Russell Wilson, despite having half decent numbers last year, I don't have a lot of faith in him. I think the Commanders win at home against the Steelers.
I think they lose to the Steelers. TJ Watt is still there. Mike Tomlin is still there. They find ways to win.
Maybe Justin Fields plays again and torches them.
I guess it could happen.
I just think it's too easy to say they're going to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers at home because the Steelers aren't great, and who knows if they're going to have a winning record. Tomlin always has winning records, but I have them losing to the Steelers.
Is it my turn?
Because they're not going to win four straight.
Is it my turn?
You're up.
I don't think the Steelers are very good, but I have tremendous respect for the franchise cakes, for tremendous respect for Tomlin.
You have reverence for them?
I do. I'm going to pick the Steelers here.
I'm the only guy picking the Commanders to beat the Steelers.
I'm going to pick the Steelers.
All right.
But that game could go either way. But it just got to be real. I got to pay my respect.
Week 11, a trip to the link looms for the Commanders. I've got them taking an L, falling 6-5.
I've got them taking an L because, remember, this is a short week.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing the Steelers on the 10th. They play the Eagles on the 14th in Philly. So I will take the Eagles.
JP.
I'll also go with the Eagles. I mean, conventional wisdom, they're on the road against a really good team.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't, obviously we can win.
Prime time game, too.
Obviously we can win, but I will I will predict a loss in that game.
All right, the Coms are back home now for 2 straight. They host Dallas in Week 12. I think Dallas is a house of cards that could potentially just all fall apart. I've got the Commanders beating Dallas in Week 12, improving to 7-5.
Jason?
I've got them losing to Dallas, even though they do have a nice break because they play the Thursday night against the Eagles, and then they got 10-day break. But I still have them losing to the Cowboys.
This is a Dan Quinn revenge game.
I think CeeDee Lamb has a huge game.
Dan Quinn revenge game. I think Washington will split this year with the Cowboys. They will win this game at home.
I will take us dub.
All right, last game before the bye. This is Week 13.
Cakes, did you have them with the win or
I have
an L?
them with a win over Dallas. They get to 7-5. The Titans come to town Week 13.
Did I miss something?
I mean, unless I did bad math, I think I'm at 7 wins at this point. The Titans come to town Week 13. This is a different look for the Titans team. It's not going to be Derrick Henry plotting with the ball 20-plus times per game. The offense should look different. Will Levis is probably going to try to distribute the ball to D-Hop and Calvin Ridley. They've got a 2-headed monster at running back, but I still think the Commanders have enough to top the Titans. They get to 8-5 heading into the bye week.
I've got them beating the Titans. I think they're going to be different. Maybe they're going to try and throw the ball a little bit more because they don't have Derrick Henry anymore. But I just don't see Will Levis or possibly Mason Rudolph.
Right.
If Levis is banged up, winning at Washington. So I will take Jaden Daniels and the Commanders in this game.
EB, how many Lombardis do the Titans have?
Zippy.
I'm going to go with Washington.
Washington. The Titans suck. They're the Titans.
All right, Week 14 is the bye. So coming out of the bye, the Commanders are on the road. They go to one of Drab T-shirts, maybe his favorite town in the U.S. They're at New Orleans in Week 15. I've got them beating the Saints.
Man, you got them on a 3-game heater.
So you
got them beating the Saints, improving to 9-5. I'm just not a big
9-5.
I'm not a big Derek Carr guy.
They're mine.
I don't believe in him. They do have a new offensive coordinator in town. Kubiak's kid.
Yeah, Clint.
That's reason for some optimism, but I still think the Commanders can go in there and get a dub.
You know what, Cakes? I think you sold me on it. I'm going to take the Commanders here against the Saints.
Also a Chase Young revenge game. Remember that for the Saints side. It's not going to be enough.
Go ahead. What do you got, Lurch?
Is Chase Young even a starter on the depth chart?
He's irrelevant.
I read something positive about him.
He sucks.
A few days
I think
ago.
I read that he was a backup on the depth chart.
Yeah, he
really.
He sucks.
But I don't know that for a fact.
He doesn't love it.
I've got them losing to the Saints.
Yeah, he's a freak athlete. He doesn't love it. JP, you have.
He's picking the Commanders here, I believe.
I'm taking my boys. I have no regard for their quarterback. Very little. Winner.
That side of the studio, 9-5. This side of the studio, 6-8, I believe, both of us.
Yep.
Go ahead. We're going to finish up.
All right, Week 16, hosting the Eagles. I think the Eagles are an NFC favorite. I think they sweep the Commanders. I've got an L here for the Commanders at home. They fall to 9-6.
I concur. Eagles are better. Plus, this is going to be playoff positioning, and I think the Eagles and Cowboys might be battling it out in the division. So a huge game for Philly.
Jason?
I got Philly sweeping them. Like you said, it's, if they're healthy, this is going to be a huge game for them. Plus, Philly has won, 9 of the last 10 against Washington, something like that.
Ooh, Jahan Dotson revenge game too. Don't forget that.
That's a good angle.
So I like the Eagles here.
Yeah, but it's also the. I guess he's not the offensive coordinator. What did they give? What title did they give the
running
former
game guy
Eagles
or
offensive coordinator?
passing game
Johnson,
coordinator.
right?
Yeah, it's his revenge
Is it
game.
Brian Johnson?
That's
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
All right. I will also, against my nature, take the Eagles. I just think they're a better football team, so they should win. I hope we beat them, but they should win.
All right, coming down the stretch here, last two games. Week 17, the Commanders host my guy. We share a birthday. Kirky. Falcons come to town. I've got them beating the Falcons. I think the Falcons will be improved on offense. They made some moves to upgrade the defense, trading for Matthew Judon. Still think the Commanders are going to be better at home. I've got them with the dub. That gets some double-digit wins.
I think they get the win there too.
Man,
It's going to be their last regular season win, in my opinion.
EB, what are you doing with the Falcons?
This is the one I'm waffling on. Usually I go with the Falcons, but I do respect Kirk. So I kind of have them swooning. So I'm gonna have. This is where I lose my balls.
Uh-oh.
This is where I lose my balls right here.
are the
Because they're
Falcons the favorite to win their division? Most spots.
It's either them or the Bucks. I mean, I haven't looked at.
I'm gonna pick the Falcons.
Man,
I think we swoon at the end.
I think the Falcons are going to be much better.
Yeah.
If Cousins is 100%. I think Bijan's going to have a big year.
He should.
I think London has a big year, but
They're the Falcons.
I
They are the Falcons.
I don't see them Washington losing four straight at the end of the year. So I'll have them beating the Falcons. But
By the
I don't feel great about that.
You do have them on. I mean, had you given them a loss, it would have been 6 out of 7. Brutal stretch.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of
so
have
I got to
them swinging
have
in the second
yeah,
half.
they got to win a game. So
I
they'll
think
beat the Falcons.
the easier part is the beginning. To be honest.
All right, your season finale at Dallas, Week 18. I have them losing to the Cowboys to close out the regular season at 10 wins, 7 losses.
So this is dicey because we don't know if that game's going to mean anything for Dallas.
Let's just assume it means something.
If it means something, I like Dallas.
Yeah,
But they could easily just punt the game.
I don't think Dallas is going to be so good this season that they're just going to be able to rest everybody when it comes down to Week 18.
Well, you never know. I mean, they might have a wild card locked up and they can't get any worse than the 5 seed.
That could be the case. I think Dallas is going to be fighting for a wild card in Week 18.
All right. Well, I still
Personally.
have them. So it's a big game for Dallas. So I have them losing to Dallas.
Yep.
I have them losing. I had them beating them at home. Season split. That gives me a 7-10 record, which I think I had the first time.
Yep.
Actually, maybe I had 8-9 the last time.
I have them losing on the road to Dallas. Of course, I have many wins at Dallas in my career, but as a fan. But I have them losing. So I have a swoon. See, I have us getting off to a good start.
3-game,
Maybe run out of gas.
3-game losing streak at the
Jaden
end.
hits the rookie wall, and we finish 9-8.
After the late bye.
Yeah, I don't know what the bye week means. Haven't they kind of done math on that? It's kind of like teams after bye weeks. I don't know.
All right, we got our final predictions are in.
Yeah, I do agree with myself that if I had balls, I'd pick us at Atlanta. It goes against my nature to pick Atlanta and Chicago.
I kind of want to give them one
I
more
was
win,
against my
but
nature.
I don't know why you're not jumping into the 10-win club over here.
So unless I'm wrong,
The water's warm, my
I'm a
friend.
little bit
Cakes
scared.
has them at 10-7. EB 9-8. I mean, both huge turnarounds from a team that won 4 games. Jason and I have them +3, which is a good improvement to 7-10.
7-10 will be
3-game improvement.
yeah. I'm not big into that. I don't think that's a big difference.
You want instant
That's
turnarounds.
a big difference.
4 and
4
7.
4 to 7. That's a huge difference.
Maybe
It's almost double.
Maybe.
You would take that.
7 wins will be a little bit disappointing.
Feels a little blah.
Feels a little blah. I'm sorry. I've been there like a million times.
Right.
It's blah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.